Hello and welcome, Gemini, to your early December messages. So I just want to preface this with I'm recording these during Mercury retrograde. It just started. By the time that this premieres, it might be after Mercury retrograde, but some of that influence might be here. And by the time you watch this, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay. Keep in mind that these are collective in general, so receive what aligns, release anything that does not align with you, Gemini. Check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs for more information. Never give your power away to a reading or outcome, as the timelines are shifting and changing with free will choice, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So Gemini, starting out, we have conflict. We have the Five of Swords. So you could be in conflict with those around you at this time. There could be a lot of arguments, a lot of kind of activated people. Before the holiday season, there's sometimes, quite a bit of stress, a lot shifts and changes, okay, within timelines, especially these days, right? So with that Five of Swords energy, I get the sense of some arguments happening here for those of you that are, with someone. That could be the case. There could be quite a bit of arguing between you. It could be at work. People sharing, their opinions, and just remember, opinions are not facts, right? But with this Five of Swords, it speaks of there's going to be some resistance before there's a change, before there's a breakthrough that's happening here. We also have the Five of Pentacles, emotional withdrawal. So this lets me know, Gemini, that people that are very dramatic and activated and wounded are going to be draining to be around. So make sure you're protecting your energy and you're picking and choosing your battles, right? Because I do sense that you could be draining yourself with some individuals that are just not worth your time, or those conversations are just not worth, it's not worth it to enter the chat, right? So with that Five of Pentacles, the message that's coming through is make sure you're taking the best care of your health and wellness. Okay, make sure that you are not overspending at this time. It's kind of I can't say it. A preserving energy, okay, financially, but also like with your own energy, especially like your emotional energy. Some of you might feel like withdrawing from people that, just want to start arguments, right? And then we have the Nine of Wands, determination. Okay, the Nine of Wands, determination, is the wounded warrior. It's not giving up. But don't be the martyr here either, Gemini. Okay, that's the message that's coming through here. So some of you, if you feel like you're coming from a place of scarcity in the month of December, beginning of December, and you're looking at what you don't have, start focusing on what you do and appreciating what you do, because that's going to open up the heart and align you with receiving more of abundance, or more opportunities, or more blessings. Remember, where we focus our energy, that is, that grows. So if you're focused mostly on worrying or not having enough, that's what you're attracting in. That's not to say sit back and don't take aligned action. Of course, take aligned action, but there's this sense of having an abundance mindset and appreciating all that is around you at this time. For those of you that are like married or in a long-term relationship here, I'm sensing that there are quite a few disagreements, arguments, just stressful conversations. And if you're dealing with a Virgo, because this came through in Virgo's reading, is like Virgo in such a state of burnout that like by the time the holidays come, or by the time you're getting together with those that you love, like Virgo is just like not having it, right? So you could be dealing with a Virgo here for some of you, or maybe look at that reading as well. But yes, you could be in conflict with each other. You could be arguing about presents. You could be arguing about finances. But this Nine of Wands is saying to just kind of stand strong, and you might need to kind of emotionally withdraw a little bit and allow that person to, blow off some steam or say whatever they need to say, and you just kind of stay neutral. Obviously don't allow yourself, your boundaries to be crossed or anything like that. But I definitely sense this bickering energy that's happening, and just try not to let it trigger you, or because I feel like that will drain you emotionally. Okay. The other message that we have is in denial and insecure. So some of you, there's an insecurity that's coming up with this retrograde energy. And the opportunity is to be able to heal it, to be able to rewrite your belief systems, But this could be you or this could be your person. The person that you could be dealing with could be in denial about some insecurities, kind of taking that out on you. So just kind of be aware of that. But if it's you and that's coming up for you, then address those insecurities. Have a lot of compassion for yourself here. Or if this is your partner and, they're aging and they have these insecurities about their beauty or about, their body, then maybe, offer some love and support and some reassurance, right? Because it might even be like this person with the in denial could have a very strong ego, okay, or be very much in their ego. Not a strong ego, they have a weak ego, but they're very much in their ego mindset, right? And they might not even be aware, like their subconscious insecurities could be coming out. And some of you, it's like, this person's pretty prideful. So like, you don't want to be like, well, like, listen, I know this insecurity is coming out. You could just be like, hey, you look great. Or, planting seeds of love and reassurance without it being obvious, I guess, is just, that's the way it's coming through. So your person might just be really kind of down on themselves, but not seeing why, but you may, or it could be the reverse. You could be feeling that way, right? And so it's time to focus on that self-love and, instead of avoiding what your insecurities are, maybe, looking at them with a compassionate eye. That could be something that is coming through here. But for many of you, this is like your partner and you're really agitated and they're really frustrated. And like I said before, where attention goes, energy flows. So like if they are all frustrated and like I'm seeing somebody like, they're putting on an outfit and it's not fitting, right? It's supposed to be their holiday outfit and they're upset about it, and they go to zip it up and they jam the zipper because they just have this like irritated energy. Take some space. If you need to, take some space. Allow that person to breathe out, or just listen to your intuition in your relationship and partnership. If they just like at that moment, they just need to be embraced and they need a hug, because it's just the holiday season brings up so much emotion. It brings up so much from the heart space and, the subconscious. And it could even be grief, but like this person is feeling a lot more than they're showing, basically. So yeah, I'm seeing somebody like trying to like zip up their dress or put on their outfit and it, the buttons come off or the zip breaks and, they're just really upset, and their partner coming in and just like giving them a big hug and then them crying and kind of breaking down. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And this could be you, Gemini, or this could be if you're watching as a masculine, or you could feel this if you're in feminine or masculine. Reverse this however it feels. But if it's you that you're feeling, these insecurities, then it's time to focus on, your self-worth and your self-love. And just like that scarcity, if you're looking around at what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do, this is kind of that same mindset. And so like if this was a masculine energy, watching this and what you're in denial about is your finances right now. And you're equating that with your worth. You're not seeing really who you are or the value that you truly bring. That's a part of it. That's a part that everybody can bring to the table. Most people can bring to the table, right? But you have other qualities and strengths and value beyond just money, right? So that's something to just kind of be aware of and not get down on yourself, but just like see what you have, around you for abundance, but also see within you and the qualities and, who you truly are, your strengths, what you have overcome. Like there needs to be that kind of coaching session here for you. Okay. And like I said, masculine, feminine energies, reverse this, however you feel. And a feminine energy, in masculine energy could feel that way too about finances, but know that the value that you bring to the table is more than just your money. Okay. Someone needs to hear that message. So for the, kind of focus points through the beginning of December, we have balanced partnership, right? So many of you, yes, you're in a partnership, you are in a relationship here, and things being balanced are important, whether it's responsibilities, whether it's emotionally balanced, efforts that are being put forth. That's going to be something that's important here. Some of you might have felt with the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles, you're the one that's like, I've been putting forth the effort. I've been doing all of this, and it needs to be a bit more reciprocal. There needs, not that everything is always 50-50, but that there does need to be a bit more effort from your partner. Or But balancing your partnerships, balancing yourself first, and that will then translate into your relationship, is important here. Because I am feeling somebody dealing with like a lot of emotional imbalance and also some mental imbalance as well. Family could be very triggering, okay, for that person, perhaps your person. But family is coming through here. Some of you, family is really a place where you rest, you recharge. If work is this Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords energy, family is where you are recharged. Family is where you feel that love and you can, rest and relax here. Okay, so yeah, there's a kind of like a bit of both, which is interesting because your Gemini energy, the twins. um, So resting and recharging is going to be important. Taking the best care of your health and wellness, making sure, just listening to your body, what it needs, listening to your energy levels and what they need, and expressing your needs to your partner or, to those that your family maybe, setting some boundaries if you have family members that want you to be here, there, and everywhere, right? But when it comes to the holiday energy, we have special gifts from the heart, okay? So I do feel these beautiful moments, and it's either you're focusing on this, like you're giving special gifts, or you will be receiving them, or vice versa, equally that will be happening here. But it feels like you'll be receiving some sort of gift from someone that will be very touching, okay? So when we get into the masculine energy, for those of you that are feminines watching this, we have a confident, self-assured, bold, and balanced masculine energy. It's very healthy masculine energy. We do have sidetracked. I just got caught up in the moment. So for some of you with the sidetracked energy, this could be that person if they're caught up in their insecurities or they're caught up in some argument, okay? Hopefully no one's like sitting there arguing on social media, and getting distracted by that, wasting their energy, right? We have your happiness is important to me and I'm addicted to you. So there's a lot of passion coming through here. Okay. I think that's the devil card there. And this person might have become a bit sidetracked either by their ego, most likely their ego, or it could be trying to prove a point with somebody, arguments, stress at work, but they're kind of receiving some sort of reminder, reset, rebalancing, right? And it's because your happiness is incredibly important to them. So for many of you, I am sensing this is someone that, you are with, or this is somebody that you would be attracting in to your experience. Okay, for those of you that are wanting to attract in a partner. And yes, lots of passion coming through there. So in the feminine energy, you can you can relate to being this here, Gemini, yourself if you're feminine watching this, or if you're masculine watching for a feminine. We have boundaries, stand back. Boundaries are very important here. To this person and to you, we have activist, cares about human rights, animal welfare, and the planet. Very important at this time, right? Some of you, this person left because you told them to leave. So this could be somebody that you're wanting to reach out to that right now is very focused on humanity and animal rights and just the environment, okay? And they're very driven and focused on that at this time, but you could be reaching out to them. But you could have had, some sort of separation or distance with this individual if you're watching this as a masculine. If you're watching this as a feminine Gemini and you resonate with this, there could be some group, some job, a boss, somebody who wants you back on their team. Okay, and this is what you could be expressing to them with the Eight of Cups. I left because you told me to. Okay, but you're very, very strong in your boundaries. Okay, very strong in your opinions. And like I'm hearing like an ego warrior here is that energy that's coming through. But for some of you masculines, Gemini masculines watching this, that, you separated from this person, or some of you, there might have even been a miscommunication, okay? and they took it as you wanted them to leave, and so they did. I would say that this energy is very proud. Okay, very proud, very fiery, very passionate. And for some of you, you know, you could be reconnecting and kind of reconciling here. For others of you, you might reach out to this person and, you know, they're very focused on their mission, and they're confused as to why you're coming back because you told them to leave or you gave them the idea that you didn't want them. Okay, so there's that. Now, when it comes to how you're growing spiritually here, Gemini, in December, is we have new experiences. So embrace new experiences. Some of you, they're messy new experiences. But for those of you that are in a relationship, you know, you're going to go on more uplifting adventures together. You're going to, instead of being critical of each other, you're going to be lifting each other up here, okay? And you probably do need to get out of some like old patterns, habits, routines. You need a bit of fresh energy to come in here with this new experiences. But I feel like, yeah, there's been a lot of bickering, but you're going to get through it. And for those of you that typically this is a healthy connection, it's just the holidays are very stressful for the two of you, and you're going to be lifting each other up. And, you know, again, with the new experiences, going to explore new things, but I'm also getting with the new experiences, new perspectives. So, you know, when there's a challenge or there's something to go do, you can look at it that way, or you can be like, it's an adventure. Let's go do it. You know, we're in it together. So some of you are going to kind of feel that energy. There's also 4 and 1, which is 5, which again, we have 5, 5, 5, you know, change is definitely happening here in this dynamic. And so you're moving through these changes together for many of you. For those of you that are completely single and not involved with anyone at this time, by exploring new hobbies, new adventures, you'll be meeting somebody who's very uplifting and supportive. Okay, many of you'll be finding what you're looking for, not in the same old pools, but by expanding outside of your comfort zone, by, you know, going and having new experiences, not circling back to exes, or even like getting a little bit outside of your area, right? But with this new experiences and adventure, to me, it's something that you want to do. You know, these are things that you would like to explore, new hobbies that you want to, you know, take on here. Yeah. This is a good mindset to have right now. Okay. This is a really good mindset to have. You know, to know who's on our side, on our team, and to move through things together, you know, especially in partnerships. So I feel like you're growing through what you're going through right now in your relationships, or, you know, within yourself here, Gemini. But many of you, this is about partnership, you know, whether you're married or you're in a long-term relationship, or maybe even just dating. Some of you reconciling because we have lifting each other up, creating a new narrative together. So you'll have to kind of focus on and tune into what is really your timeline and what you want to create. But if you are single, I don't think it'll be for long with this energy. All that you've been working on and healing and growing, you know, the ways you've been growing spiritually have been preparing you for a new partner, an uplifting adventure. Okay? All right? Beautiful. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never take anything that doesn't align with you. For those of you that are interested, I have opened up my one-on-one readings. So email me. That is in the description box below. Just so you know that my readings are live. So we are face-to-face. They do require scheduling. I don't pre-record my one-on-one readings. But it's important to me. That's how I like to do readings. I like to connect face-to-face. And well, at least through video, right? And get to know my community. So if you're interested, you know, email me. That's the only way that I am accepting those reading requests. Remember that I'll never reach out to you soliciting my services first. Be aware of any sort of scammers. I will never ask for you to send money before, we're connecting face to face. So just, be aware of those that are pretending to be other readers, or, pretending to be somebody that they're not. Use your discernment with that. But I hope this brought you value, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here. Look at your moon, rising, and Venus for more information. Have a beautiful December, and I will see you soon.